Welcome back. We are here with the BridgeSimton challenge, and we are here at the Templeton Grand Duchy. And we have two couples that I am hoping to get married in this part. And I thought I bought them a money tree, but I guess I haven't yet, so we'll have to do that in this part as well. So here we are with everyone, and if you remember, we have Madeleine, who is going to be marrying King Arthur, and then we also have Eli and Selena, who are going to be marrying each other. But I realized that ever since I blended this family, I didn't get them a family portrait. So I figured I would give them a family portrait so that they could, have this time to remember by. And then I'm also going to try and do wedding portraits for each family member that gets married. So we won't do it right now for Madeleine and Arthur because that portrait will be in the royal family household, but we'll do it for Eli and Selena. So anyway, moving on, I have decided on which pose pack I want to use, which I should have picked beforehand, and now I have to reset up everybody. But yes, so we're going to set them up with this pose pack and then have them get their family portrait. And oh, also we have to age everyone up, and there are age death rolls, so we'll have to do that as well. And then when people get married, we'll have to do a baby roll for them as well. So there's that. And we are going to just pose everybody around the Grand Duke, make sure he is the focal point. I kind of wish that I could get I wish I could have put Selena behind her mother, but with this pose pack, these are all the adults, so we're just going to have to accept it like this. I did want Eli to kind of be front and center on this because he is the heir to the Grand Duchy, so I figured he would be kind of in the middle there. So honestly, this picture did not turn out exactly how I wanted it to, but I'm okay with that. We're just getting a portrait of the family at this point in time. It's going to change in 2 seconds after they get married. So moving on, I am going to bake a cake and then we'll hold a birthday party. So the cake is actually going to be a wedding cake. I have a mod that makes wedding cakes available for birthday cakes, which is really nice because if you want to have a really cool big birthday cake, you can do that by baking a wedding cake and then making it of that. And then also, so Madeleine is going to need a dowry, and we only have one estate in this family so far, but we do have 300,000 simoleons. So I'm going to buy a second estate and make Madeleine the heir to that estate. So she is going to be taking that estate with her when she goes to get married. So that's her dowry, is this estate. And so then if her and Arthur have more than one kid, then they can give the royal family estate to Arthur's, or to the future king or queen, depending on the genders of our children. And then after that, the second estate can go to the second born, so that will be their inheritance. So that is how I am planning on having things done. Of course, if Francis here had more sons, the first estates that we could get for inheritances would be going to the sons first, and then after that the daughters. But because he only has one son, that is going straight to Madeleine. So here is our cool birthday cake that we are going to do for everybody. Let's also, we didn't do our drama roll, so let's do that first. So there are 5 categories. So I'm going to roll for a category first, and we get category number 4. And then after that, we roll and we get number 8, which is a female in the household has become infertile. Oh my gosh. So now we have to go through the 3 girls, and luckily it was Margaret who rolled to be infertile. I did, Margaret is 1, Madeleine is 2, and Selena is 3, and Margaret was the one who was chosen. So her and Francis will not be having any more children. So there is that. I wasn't really planning on having them have more kids, but you never know, right? So that is going to be something there. They are unable to have any more children, and they are, just going to move along here. So luckily it was Margaret. I was really going to be worried if it was Madeleine, because then we wouldn't, I don't know what we would do, to be completely honest. So anyway, here we are, and we are going to have Madeline go first and blow out the candles. Unfortunately, actually, she already is a young adult, and I didn't realize it, so I had her blow out the candles. Now I have to fix her age. Anyway, so, but she's going to roll, and she rolls a 4, so she is not going to die. They can't get a 6, so that would be a problem. That would mean they're dying. So, now we're going to have Eli go next. He got a 16, so he also survived. Excellent, excellent. So far, so good. He rolled lactose intolerant. Oh well. And then we have Selena, who is going next, and she rolled a 6. She rolled a 6. I don't even know. You have no idea how shocked and concerned I was at this moment, because it doesn't even matter, because she just rolled a 6. She is supposed to be getting married, but instead she will be dying. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. Okay, she is going to die. She is she was supposed to get married and become an actress, and her whole life was ahead of her. And I'm so, so sad that Selena just rolled to die. She is definitely one of my favorite Sims. I love her so much. I love her delusion. I love that she fights for her dreams over just, making sure she has the highest status or the comfiest life. I really liked her and Eli together. I thought that they were perfect because they both had their own dreams that they wanted to pursue. And I'm just so sad that they are not going to get to realize that together. It is very, very sad because, you know, she has her whole life ahead of her. I had plans for her. She was going to be an actress, and it was going to be great, and they were going to have children. And I'm just really bummed that that happened. So what I'm doing is I'm going to use the Life's Tragedies mod to give her a fatal illness. So we're going to say that that is kind of what happened. Is she suddenly, fell ill, and the doctors, couldn't figure out what was wrong with her during this time period. There isn't a lot of, the medicine obviously is not as good as it is today. Maybe it was cancer or something. I don't know. Like did tuberculosis get fixed yet? I don't know. Something like that, where there is some kind of illness that she has. Oh, it's not contagious, so I guess it can't be tuberculosis. But you know what I mean? Like just some illness that she has that is taking over her very quickly. And they have a doctor come and check her out, and they tell her that it's fatal. The whole family is devastated. But we are obviously still going to go along with the royal wedding that has already been planned and paid for. So, yeah, it's not good. I was gonna try and make a wedding event here, and then I didn't realize that I didn't do it through the calendar. So then it just started having the wedding right now, and I didn't want to have the wedding right at this moment. But it's okay. We're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna do our best. So. Here we go, and we are going to just have the wedding right now, even though it was not my original plan. But yes, so we're going to the castle to have the wedding of Madeline and Arthur, while Selena is currently very upset about her diagnosis, and it's just really a tough situation for everyone. They're trying to play it kind of cool because they have to have this, very important wedding for the kingdom, but obviously they're very sad. I mean, well, okay, Eli and Selena are very sad. I don't know if anyone else is particularly sad, but you know how it is. So here is Madeline in her wedding dress with a crown on, and she is over the moon. She is so excited to be becoming the queen, and she is just ready for it. You can see Selena like throw herself to the ground and wailing, and Madeline is probably not happy about that. She does not want Celine to try and take any attention away from her on her wedding day. She is very displeased over that. I'm trying to have her father walk her down the aisle, but it's just not working, and everyone keeps getting up, and that this pack drives everybody crazy because nobody is sitting. And I mean, they sat, but that's because they're in a club and I made them sit. They're not sitting because of the wedding pack. Half of them are standing in the aisle there. So that's a bummer. But anyway, she is going to walk down the aisle. I was going to bake them a cake, but because I didn't get the timing right, But yes, so here these two are. They're going to say their vows to each other. They're very excited for their future together. But honestly, like Arthur is a little upset too about Selena's diagnosis because he, has a love for her, whether or not he still like is in love with her is kind of different, but he's still obviously she's, important to him, and he's very sad that, you know, they're not going to, she's not going to live. It's a sad thing. So anyway, but they're having their wedding. They're supposed to be happy at their wedding, and we are going to have them dance. Of course, somehow she just disappeared. Her and her brother just vanished into thin air when I tried to make them walk down the aisle. So I don't know what happened there, but he's dancing with her. You just can't see her. I don't know. Okay, so this is the wedding. It's not as amazing as I wanted it to be, but that's okay. We're doing our best. So, yeah, so Selena is definitely getting a lot more attention than Madeline wants her to get on, the king's wedding day because of her diagnosis and her, obvious, like, she's just she's upset. And Eli is trying to be there for her and comfort her and, say that he's with her. We're going to move Madeline out of the house into the royal family. Goodbye. She is, she's taking her estate and she's going off to live her life, and she doesn't really care about what happens in this household anymore. But, yeah, so she is very upset. But we are going to roll for how many babies they have, and they actually are only going to have one, Madeline and Arthur. So that is kind of scary because it means that we are going to really have to keep this baby alive. I mean, I hope it survives, but we have no control over the dice, right? Oh boy. Okay, so yes, I am concerned with the the fact that we have to, um, say goodbye to her. So basically, Eli is going to come up to her and say that, he's like, I love you, and I want you to be my wife. Like, let's elope. Let's elope because I don't want you to go without being my wife. And she's just so upset because she's not getting anything. She has everything ahead of her, and she is going to miss out on all of it. She's going to miss out on having a husband, on having children, on living a happily married life, but also on her dreams of being an actress and a celebrity. And it's just like so heartbreaking, actually. I'm just really upset because it's like she has her whole life ahead of her, and it's being cut short. So I wanted to get a wedding portrait of them. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out. She does end up passing, like right as I'm trying to take the photo of her. So it doesn't work out to do that, which is just a real bummer. You can see she just died right now. Um, so we're saying goodbye to Selena, and I am devastated. And Eli is devastated. So it's just a really hard time for everyone. Like, we're going to take her urn. I'm going to drop it off at the church later, but like, oh my gosh, it's just so heartbreaking, right? That this is happening and that they are having to deal with this. And Eli, like, and obviously even the parents are disappointed because now Eli is going to be without a partner. So that is concerning for the Duke. He's like, wait a second, my son is not going to be getting married, and he is not going to have a wife to pass on children to. I mean, luckily for Duke Francis, it means that he is just going to get all of his wife's money because, no child for her husband, her past husband's money to go to. So he will be inheriting all of the money. But it's just, you know, Eli doesn't have a wife now. Eli does not have anyone to marry. Now, Phoebe is still single. Phoebe is still, in fact, single. However, as you know, Francis and Roger do not have the best relationship. So it's going to be an awkward situation where they might have to see how things go. But, and Eli didn't want to marry Phoebe either, and Phoebe is so tired of being everyone's second choice. She is so tired of that. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know if he's going to be able to marry Phoebe or if we'll have to try and find him someone else. Like, my plans were, I had plans for Phoebe and her brother Seth to figure something out, you know, outside of our kingdom, like maybe some foreign nobles or something. But yeah, I am shocked that this has happened. And so Eli is basically just going to run away. He's like going to leave, and he's just going to be like, you know what, I need to get away. I need to, um, you know, I need to just take a break from everything that has happened. And he wants to just go to Salvadorada and just, you know, try and find some semblance of normalcy. It is really important to him that he can, you know, somehow find a way to move on from this. So he is obviously still in mourning, so we're going to stay here. He's basically going to be here until the moodlet goes away, where he is, you know, mourning the death of a loved one. So there's that. And he is, I mean, he is heartbroken. It's just so sad. So that is what's going on there. And we are going to explore this area again. Luckily, some new places have opened up here so that he can explore a new temple and everything. That'll be really exciting for him. He is just kind of burying his head in his work. As you can see, I got him into an archaeology career. I downloaded that as a mod for an archaeology career. And you do have to have a university degree in history in order to continue on with that career, but we aren't really doing university in this. We can say that he did university while we were not with him, but you know, I'm not going to do university with him. So we're going to cheat that up when he gets to that level. But anyway, so just looking around, honestly, it's so hard to see in the dark here. But we are going to just go around and see what we can find, see what we can excavate. There are still some excavation spots from the last time we were here, so that's really interesting too. So yeah, he is just here trying to not think about the fact that the love of his life just passed away, and that he is not, you know, all of these plans for the future that they had made together, it's not going to happen. They're not going to have children together. They're not going to have this life together. And so it's really tough. It's tough to work through. And um, I'm, you know, we're not gonna have him move on for a little while. Maybe, I mean, each rotation takes a long time to get back around. So maybe by the time we get back around to this household, he'll be ready to move on. But I don't know. I don't see it working out with Phoebe just because of their father's really bad, contentious relationship with each other. I don't see that happening. But you can see here we have a temple that is different from the temple that we were at last time, which is really fun. So he has to swim through this like little path to get to the other side, and that's really cool. And then we're going to, you know, dive deeper into the temple. Like I said before, when we were playing this household, World Adventures was definitely one of my favorite Sims 3 packs. I really loved it, although I have to admit that the French world was like my favorite, so it's a little bit of a bummer that this isn't more like that. But um, yeah, the French roll was my favorite, probably also because it had like the wineries and vineyards and stuff too. Like that was really cool. And I think that you know, I'm excited for the horse pack. This is coming out after the horse pack came out, but actually it just came out like today, or maybe yesterday. Maybe no, it came out. It came out yesterday when I'm filming this. So the horse pack came out yesterday, and I'm really excited to do like wine making, winery stuff. I'm excited for the horses too. I feel like they would go really good with the Let's Plays that we've been doing. So that's really cool too. And I'm excited. I'm excited about that, but I am holding off on getting the pack for like a week or so. I'm just waiting for everyone to update their mods first because I can't live without mine, as you know, and I want to be able to play my games without having to worry about, um, you know, not being able to play because all my mods are broken. So I am going to wait a little bit and see how that goes. but I am very, very exciting. Oh, and also, so Lady Whistle. So I did actually update the Regency Romance mod and MCCC right now because those are two mods after the patch that I did see updated that I have. I haven't noticed a ton of other I did notice, I don't know if the disappearing while walking up the aisle stuff is related to a mod conflict, not sure. But I did update those mods, and I noticed in the Regency Romance mod up at the top, it said like, oh, in the Doubting family, some jewelry went missing, and they're saying, oh, was it the servants, whatever. And I think that the Doubting family, though they are doing better with money, maybe they like had to sell it, and they're pretending like it got stolen because they don't want everybody to know about their financial situation. So we can say that, but their financial situation is improving since they got the money tree from Francis here. So that totally burned every bridge that they have with each other, but they now have it. So they're good. And we got a little bit stinky going through that door, but that's okay. And this is actually like I think the last place that is open to us to look at while we're here on this one. There's the guy, I guess we saw it when we were going through the door in that little whatever they're called. You go through the door and like a pop-up comes up and it tells you to pick a choice, that thing. So yeah, so we're gonna end our vacation here. He's gonna head back home. You can see that the moodlet went away. He also got blessed by like the happy sunshine. So he is going to go home and kind of feel a little refreshed, like still obviously sad and bittersweet, but also at the same time kind of feeling a little bit less raw and it's feeling a little less painful. But he's still going to bury his head in work. We're going to have him do, analysis on the things that he has brought home from the trip. And also, we have everyone burning out all the time. Also, Francis got a promotion in the House of Lords. He is now um, a position 3 or whatever. So he is the gentleman of the Black Rod, whatever that means. And we are worrying about his burnout. Also, he is on the verge of a midlife crisis. So there's that as well. We'll have to see if his midlife crisis gets us anything juicy for his wants there. But we really should not be having him work on charisma while he's mentally foggy. So let's walk away from that, and I'll just have him practice the piano there while he tries to get that down. It looks like Eli is also going to burn out, so we need to find something else for him to do as well. And he does have the trait of widower because he is, you know, he is a widower. Even though they didn't like officially marry, they still married in their hearts. So he feels like a widower, and he is going through that mourning time, but he is just going to try and bury his head in the work and do his best. So that's fine. And we are going to have Margaret actually invite over Roger and see if she can't talk some sense into him because Francis has been calling Roger and Roger keeps ignoring his calls. So we're going to have Margaret try to smooth things over here. So she's going to talk to him about his bad relationship with Francis. She obviously doesn't know that they had a romantic relationship with each other, but she is going to tell him, you know, your daughter is single. Eli now needs a Grand Duchess. And even though Roger is like, that would be really good if my daughter became the Grand Duchess and that could really work out. But honestly, he is just so mad. He doesn't want to give anything to Francis. He hates him so much right now that he just like doesn't want to even give him that. He's like, no, I'll find a husband for my daughter. Good luck with your son. Like, my daughter is going to be the perfect wife, but your son's going to be a bad husband. So good luck with that. And then Francis comes up and is like, excuse me, and like kind of insults him a bit, but then he leaves. And so Margaret is like, I don't know what we're going to do about Eli. And Francis is like, we'll figure something out. We'll like find a foreign princess or something for him. So he's like, it's going to be okay. And obviously Margaret is sad about Selena dying, but also Margaret did not have a good relationship with Selena towards the end there. But yes, so let's just have these two have a little woohoo, and then we will have him practice his charisma again. But yes, so it is, it's tough. we have to figure out what to do about Eli. So Eli is going to just try and get rid of his burnout. And then, unfortunately, Francis's midlife crisis or whatever is just like to do creative stuff. So it's not anything fun like leave your wife or something, or like have another kid, or, you know, I don't know. So it's not anything like that. It is all just like do some creative stuff, which is fine. But I am going to have Margaret join the nobility career that is here, and we're going to make her the Archduchess, which is what she is, Grand Duchess, Archduchess, whatever. So she is going to be that, and just because she like needs something to do, like she hasn't really been able to do much with her music. Her licensing songs has kind of stagnated because we haven't been here for a week, and so there's that, and also Francis would not let her um, become a entertainer or musician again. He would not allow that. So she is just kind of like, you know, she wanted to be the Grand Duchess. She wanted to live that comfortable life and everything, but still it's, you know, it's hard to be forced away from your passions. And that's also one of the reasons why she didn't get along very well with Selena, because Selena chose her passion over a cushy, comfortable status in life. And so that's not something that Margaret did. And I'm sure that she was, you know, maybe a little resentful um, of that Selena made that choice when she didn't. So that is actually where we're going to wrap up here. A lot happened in this part. I cannot even believe it. So we did marry Madeleine and Arthur, but Selena unfortunately did not make it to her wedding. She passed away of an illness. And then Eli went to Salvadoria to just kind of try and mourn and to get away from everything. And he's feeling a little bit better now, but you know, he doesn't have a wife, and Roger is not going to let Phoebe get married into this family. So there is a lot going on, and we are going to see in the next one exactly what happens, because I am very excited to head over to the Doubting household. And in that household, we are going to find out what is going on with the potential marriages of both Phoebe and Seth. So I'm really excited by that. I have a whole story planned for you for them. So I hope that you're excited too. And probably on the next rotation of this household is we'll find Eli a wife, but it will not be Phoebe. So I hope that you're excited, because I am too, and I think the next one is going to be great, even though this was way more than I bargained for in this part. But I am really happy, and I'll catch you in the next one.